and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and hit the thumbs up button for a notification bell. And let's get started. We are going to be cleaning chicken Haitian style. So let me go ahead and let you guys know what I have here. This is the sour orange, lime, vinegar, complete seasoning, salt, Adobe, Maggie, a cup of epice. Now I already went ahead and squeezed some fresh lime and some fresh sour orange, and I also have a 5-pound chicken here that I'm gonna go ahead and clean. Also, while I clean this chicken, I'm gonna go ahead and wear gloves because sanitation is key. So let's go ahead and begin the process. Let me go ahead and start off by putting on my gloves. And also, guys, over here on the stove, I have some boiling water. And then what I'm gonna do is go ahead and behind me, guys, I have my boiling water. I'm gonna go ahead and add my lime and my vinegar, and I'm gonna continue to let that boil while I go ahead and clean the chicken. Okay, guys, now when it comes to chicken, to make sure that we clean it properly, I'm gonna go ahead and add some vinegar, so that way it gets all that freshness out of it. For us island people, we tend to use lime and vinegar to clean our meat because we don't like that freshness taste or that freshness scent when it comes to our meat. So what I'm gonna do when it comes to cleaning the meat is, when it comes to cleaning the chicken legs, the drumstick, is basically remove the bottom part of the leg where the yellow part is at. I'm gonna cut this part off. Take away a little bit of the fat. And we also like to, as island people, make sure that our vinegar, our lime, and our seasoning get into our meat very nicely. So this is how I'm gonna leave it. Sometimes I like to take the skin off, and sometimes I like to leave the skin on. So this time I'm just gonna go ahead and leave the skin on. And I'm gonna do another one. Just take off the yellow part of the bottom yellow part, and take some of the fat off of it. And what I'm doing while I'm doing that is just putting the clean chicken on the side. And while I go ahead and finish off the rest, let me pause the video and I'll be right back. Guys, now this is the fat and the bottom part of the chicken that I went ahead and removed. And this is the part I always take off when it comes to the drumstick. I'm gonna go ahead and put that to the side. And then I went ahead and transferred the chicken into another bowl. And in here is lime and the vinegar. And what I'm gonna also do is add my salt, so I can properly clean this to make sure there's no freshness or no freshness scent or taste when it comes to my meat. So what I usually do is tend to rub the lime on the meat along with the vinegar working on its own, so that way we get the type of meat without the scent and the freshness going on. So we're gonna rub our lime on our chicken and also make sure it gets to the vinegar. We're gonna do that to each meat that we have. Take your time on it because you want it to make sure that your meat is properly clean, okay? So let's get it. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and pause the video so that way I can go ahead and finish cleaning the meat, and I'll be right back, guys. Hey guys, as you can see, I am done passing the lime on our chicken, and our chicken is pale because of the vinegar and the lime. With this being in the chicken being in the vinegar, it takes away the gamey scent, so that way we can have a nice seasoned chicken. Okay guys, so the next step is that we're gonna go ahead and pass the chicken through some lukewarm water in the sink. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Alrighty. So what we're doing is washing the salt and the vinegar that we first cleaned our chicken with out. Okay. Okay, now what we're gonna do, go ahead and do, as you guys remember that I have a hot pot of water. Okay guys, I have a hot pot of water boiling with vinegar and lime, and what we're gonna go ahead and do is pour it over the chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and use a little knife so that way that the hot water get through our chicken nicely. Now remember that the water that I had on the pot, we had added some vinegar and lime. See, the chicken is even more paler than it was before. So I let it sit in the hot water for a little bit. Okay. So now our next step is to drain the hot water out. Remove the lime. I want to make sure there's no lime in here. And please be careful because it is hot. Okay. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is add my dry seasoning and my eggplant. Something I like to do is marinate my chicken for a day or two. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is transfer my chicken into a Ziploc bag. This is a 1 gallon Ziploc bag. Okay. And then now I'm going to add my eggplant. Now if you guys want to know how to, learn how to do the eggplant, go ahead to my first video. If there is a tutorial about that, I think you guys will really enjoy it. So I'm going to add 1 cup of eggplant. I'm going to add some of my fresh squeezed sour orange. You don't have to add the whole thing because you don't want your meat to be overpowered with the lime. or the acid. I'm gonna add a little bit of lime. And now I'm gonna add my dry ingredients. So what I do is eyeball my seasoning to my liking, to my preference. So that's the adobo. And then I go ahead and add my complete seasoning. And as you guys can see, it's a nice little color mixed with our chicken. And then the last ingredient I'm gonna use is a cube of Maggie. So we add our Maggie and crush it up so that way it's divided evenly. And we seal our Ziploc bag. And then we make sure that our seasoning are loving our chicken evenly. And voila! This is how we clean almost every meat. When it comes to pork, when it comes to beef, when it comes to chicken, we clean it exactly like this. Thank you guys for spending your time with me. I hope you guys like this little tutorial. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.